Hello and welcome to episode 116 of TNA Top 10. I'm T Weave. With me as always are Andrew and Allison Faye. How's it going, fellas? I think I'm going to say that every time
I like
Fellas,
it.
Bella,
Work.
Allison
going
does not
good.
look like she's at home.
I am not at home. I am on a mini vacation with Lex, so live from the hotel room.
So if we have technical difficulties, it'll be
Yes.
Allison's fault.
All me.
And Terry's terrible internet. Nothing is ever my fault with production issues on this show. In 3 seasons, we've never had anything. Look at Terry's face. He can't even keep it straight. We've never had any technical issues on my side of things. It's
Sure.
always Allison and Terry.
now. I remember a special video of a dog chewing up a cord at one point.
Hey, we finished the show, sir. We just did it with the cell phone.
Oh, good time.
All right. So it's all good. 4th. It's been a very long weekend. I crammed a lot of stuff in
That's what
this
she said.
week. So he did.
It
Well,
was
he
right
actually did
there.
that, yeah. But yeah, here we are. And if we get to a slide and I'm like, oh shit, I left that in here. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Yeah, I want to double check you on something that's in the notes, but go ahead. You guys keep talking.
All
I
right.
knew it.
Andrew,
I hadn't
Andrew
lost
lost
my
it.
mind.
Right. No.
Did I do something wrong? You already found
The
something?
Yankees are not in the third wild card spot, sir. They are in the second wild card spot. Don't give me this nonsense.
Did I say third?
That
Okay.
they're tied with Seattle. Just because they're tied with
Yeah.
Seattle again right now, they are still in the second wild card spot.
Okay, whatever.
Because they have the series tiebreaker over Seattle.
Well, all right.
What's weird to me on ESPN, they
my
showed Red Sox ahead of Yankees in the standings, but Yankees with a higher percentage of chance to make the playoffs than the Red Sox.
Because they're the Yankees.
Yeah. And they're the Red Sox.
I don't know where those numbers come from, and I'll just let it be because the Braves are less than 0.1% to make the playoffs.
I'm sure they took into account the rest of the schedule.
The schedule, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the fact that the Rockies are mathematically eliminated from the postseason?
That's
That happened today.
Well, that might be a lot of teams in the next week or so.
They are mathematically eliminated. But that's what happens when you're 35 games behind or whatever it is.
correct.
But we didn't talk about it last week, and I know we're just kind of out of order, which is, I guess it's Sunday here.
Well, I mean, why don't we just go ahead and keep talking about baseball?
The
'cause that's
Rockies
the first
hung
one.
5 on Shohei, like legit. He pitched, and they put 5 on Shohei Ohtani. Anyway, Terry, that happens to be in the National League, which is where your Braves are as well.
I think they are. I haven't seen much of them lately, but the Phillies are in the lead in the East, 7 games up on the Mets now and running away. The Mets took the lead, and the Phillies just smacked them around after that. The
Terry,
Brewers.
I don't want to interrupt you, but the Ben Jones from Australia is telling us hello.
Hello,
Oh,
Ben.
Hi,
Yeah.
Ben.
Yes.
Great to see you, bud.
You.
Good morning.
Yes. Yeah, good morning. Sir.
Wow.
We're talking
Great to have
the
you.
baseball.
So our furthest viewer today is from Australia.
From Australia. And he's
Love
on
it.
his way to work because, that's
Yeah.
like 18 hours different than the only time in the world that exists, which is Eastern time.
So the Brewers
Here comes Terry with the Brewers.
still, I mean, they have been shit lately.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-6 since the streak got snapped. They're 3-6, but they are still 3 games up on anybody else in Major League Baseball, even going 3-6 in the last 9 games.
And they're still what? 7 up on the Cubs?
5.5 up on the Cubs.
5.5. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. So there
The
you go.
Padres took the lead in the West. They're a game up on the Dodgers. Both of
Yeah.
those are, I mean, those are 2 really good teams battling it out, but they'll both make the playoffs.
They'll both be in the playoffs for real. Yeah, 100%.
Right. And the Braves, poor Braves, 59-71, fourth in the East, 17 games out of first. Not much.
But the good news is not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet, like the Rockets.
I mean, they may be one loss away from it, for all I know, but they are less than 0.1% chance to make the playoffs.
They've just had, I mean, you know, and it's the one thing we're going to talk about in football a lot because it's going to happen. When you have a big piece go down in any sport, it's going to matter. And the 5 starting pitchers for the Braves at one point were all on the injured list. The
Right.
ones
Oh,
that
wow.
started the season as the starting 5, and the reason that Vegas thought the Braves were going to be a very, you know, favorable odd for when going to the World Series. I guess we're all glad we didn't make that bet. But when you have your best pitcher with broken ribs, wasn't it Chris Sale had broken ribs?
I think so.
Strider with an arm injury,
Right.
Schwallenbeck with a broken arm. How do you get a broken arm as a pitcher? But I mean, don't answer that. It
You
sucks.
throw damn hard. That's what you do.
Yeah, it sucks. And you know, I mean, I've watched a lot of baseball this year.
You're welcome.
And this is what I see in baseball. The teams there are really, really good baseball teams because of talent. And then there are the teams that are going to win because of fundamentals.
Correct.
The Blue Jays, as an example, do not have the talent of the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees. And guess what? They are in first place because they play disciplined team baseball. And I mean, they've got Vladimir Guerrero. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't have. These guys are all good because they're multi-million-dollar baseball players in the major league. But they don't have Aaron Judge. They don't have Giancarlo Stanton. They don't have Duran. They don't have Crockett. And all of a sudden, the Blue Jays, Terry, have remained, I mean, since the All-Star, it is a death grip on first place that they have. And it's been, every time we talk, 4 to 6 games, they are ahead of everybody.
Right.
And that's where they're at right now. Their manager is so good about putting people in the right place, making the right calls. And I, you know, again, watch the Blue Jay series. He walked Aaron Judge 5 times intentionally. 5 times. And he did it with guy on base 3 of those 5 times. There was already somebody on first.
There were 2 with no guys on base.
Mm-hmm. But he walked him. And he does it. He won't gonna risk Judge putting one in the seats.
Makes sense.
So my point to say any of that is fundamentally they play really good baseball. If it's me, and I know this is my baseball rant for the week, because on what was it? Thursday or Friday night, the first game I think it was Thursday with the Boston Red Sox. I in fact, I know it was Thursday. The Yankees committed 4 errors in one game, walked 8 batters, and lost by a run. They got damn lucky that it wasn't a runaway like it was last night where it was 12-1.
12-1.
Because, I mean, you know, the comparison that we can make, because we're going to educate Allison on football, is 12 errors is essentially, or 4 errors rather, is essentially a turnover in football. And that is what they've done. So the Yankees have not played good fundamental baseball. And they pulled Volpe. Volpe, as an example.
Yeah.
He's got the most errors of any shortstop in Major League Baseball. I think he has the most errors of any infield defender in baseball. He is not playing today, and they don't know that he'll be on the roster the rest of the year. I think that's bullshit. I think he's going to be on the roster, but they have Caballero starting shortstop over Anthony Volpe today. And Caballero has the second most errors as a defensive fielder in the American League. So, anyway, Terry, and Allison. My point was fundamental baseball. Now, because I haven't gone through the standings because we don't need to, the fucking Tigers are still in first. Houston is still in second. The damn Blue Jays have a death grip on the East. And of course, Boston is in front of the Yankees with the number 1 wild card spot.
Right.
But this is the trivia question for Allison. The Boston Red Sox this year are 1-7 against the Yankees. They've won the series, or 7-1 against the Yankees, have already won the series. So the Yankees have lost 7 times to the Boston Red Sox this season. Do you know when the last time was that happened?
When they had Babe Ruth.
Nope.
Don't say
They had the
2004.
captain. They
Don't
had
say
the captain.
2004. I don't know.
2009.
Thank God. Okay.
And do you know what happened in 2009? Number 27.
Yeah.
World Series, yeah.
Number 27.
I'm trying to remember. Was that the year that the Red Sox were still dirty? Were they? Remember the whole dirty water thing, and they all like never shaved or washed their hair?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
was.
the idiots
Yeah.
or whatever. They
Yes,
called
it was
themselves
horrible.
idiots?
It was like literally everything that I hate in the world, and then they put it on the Red Sox. I'm like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. And John
Yeah,
Carlos Stanton just got another hit. Yeah. It's my man. He just stands in there and he just swings the bat. But anyway, the last time the Red Sox won 7 of the games against the Yankees in the regular season was 2009. And then the Yankees won the 5th World Series with Derek Jeter as the captain of the baseball team. So, and Joe Girardi's only World Series.
And we are roughly 30, 31 games away from the end of the season.
Oh my God, that's it?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this
Oh.
is, and I will say this is the advantage for the Yankees. They play the White Sox and the Washington Nationals next. But
Oh, yeah.
they also
Nationals are so bad, they're below the Braves.
yeah, they should have beat the Cardinals all 3. They did end up beating St. Louis all 3. But I mean, this is the thing. These are the teams you have to win and you have to beat. You got to win all 6 of these games coming up the next week. Or maybe it's not the next week because I think they've got a Houston series in there too. Now that's Allison's favorite team from I think 2017 or 18 when they stole it from the Yankees.
That's another. That's a different kind of. Are they still dirty?
Yeah. Allison's favorite team, but she froze again. So now we can make fun of her and talk nonsense about her. Oh, there. Oh no,
Okay,
she's
there
back.
we go.
You guys are
She's
the
back.
worst.
We got a lot to talk about. Why don't we move on from baseball unless we got final thoughts here? I think we got
Final
another
thought
month.
is the Yankees better start playing baseball. Terry, go ahead. Let's rock.
Andrew
roll.
and I are gonna start making like sacrifices to Jobu or something.
Oh, I missed it. I do have one final thought. Fire Boone. That's it. Now I'm done. Fire Boone.
All right.
There we go.
We're going to do this in stages. So we are at football time now, and we've got the TNA Top 10 preseason poll this week, and I'm just throwing it at you all at once. There's no countdown. I'm showing you all 10 on the next slide, and then we'll move on to this week's games, and then we'll talk about next week's games.
And that'll be the format moving forward from here on now because Terry
That's
just
right.
decided it.
So thank you, everybody that voted in the preseason poll. We'll talk about when the next poll comes out at the end of the show. And here we go. TNA Top 10 preseason poll, and I'll run it down. Number 10, Miami. Number 9, LSU. Number 8, Oregon. Number 7, Notre Dame. Number 6, Clemson. Number 5, Alabama. Number 4, Georgia. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 2, Penn State. And number 1, Texas.
A couple of observations, Terry. All 10 of those teams were either top 10 in the AP or the coaches poll.
Right.
Nobody picked anybody below, or at least the team didn't make it below the top 10. Because I personally think Miami and LSU are way too high. And I did not vote them 9 or 10. They were double digits.
I don't remember what I voted. I'm sure I took a screenshot of what I voted. I put Ohio State above Penn State. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to make
I did
Penn
as well.
State prove to me that they are the best team in the Big Ten before I put them up there.
Yeah, and I don't see Bama as 5 because the question
Yeah.
mark for me is their coach. And I think Georgia is the gold standard in the SEC. Now, Texas might be a better football team this year. But if you're talking program, you're talking machine, you're talking Kirby Smart, mirroring exactly what Nick Saban did at Alabama, that's what you have in Athens, Georgia.
Clemson's got a good quarterback returning. A lot of these teams don't, but
Yep.
Clemson's defense is not that impressive.
However, Clemson's defense has Tom Allen coming from Penn State by way of Indiana.
It may turn
And
around.
I expect it to be a much better defense this year. We'll get into that in the preview, Terry. You're jumping the gun. Jumping the gun.
All right, let's talk about week 0 and the games that occurred. First one, Dublin, Ireland, Iowa State, and Kansas State. And before the big brawl in the parking lot, Iowa State won a pretty close game, 24-21.
Hold on. Oh, I know you love when I do this. The game is on, of course. And McMahon just hit, and Giancarlo had to tag up and run to home to score.
Is he
And-
okay?
He's okay. It looks like he's all
He's
right.
winded.
Try-
Oh,
I
it was
feel like he
Caballero.
runs
So
for the Instagram.
Yeah, Caballero got the sack fly, and old Giancarlo had to tag up down third, come back, and then run to home.
Oh Lord. All right, so I would like to note that is not me that got 276 yards.
No, but that is a guy who's, like Terry was saying before I told him about Giancarlo, the dad and the brother kind of fighting the
Yeah.
parking lot.
Right.
Well, they're probably definitely related to me then. There you go.
So
But I like
this
this
is-
guy. I like this
you?
quarterback from Kansas State.
Okay.
You know, not only because he looks like the little girl from Remember the Titans, but also he had 276 yards passing and a couple of
That's pretty
touchdowns.
good.
He did
Well,
pretty
and this
well.
is a game of consequence. They played a little sloppy.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Obviously, Saturday afternoon at the car dealership is a little busy. Thank God for recording these things. But anyway, it was a little sloppy. Couple of turnovers. Defense came up a little bit, and it was a great game in terms of back and forth.
Right.
One thing I noticed, Terry, or can't not remember rather, and you might, on the opening play of the game, one of the big pieces for the team got put out on special teams on the return. And I cannot remember. I think it was an Iowa State player, but it might as well have been a Kansas State player. Like I said, I didn't even catch the kickoff of the game, but they got hurt. The man got
Kansas
hurt.
State running back Dylan Edwards injured on first quarter on
Okay,
first
so Kansas State.
punt of the game.
And he was expected to be a big component, for the rest of the game, and he was out. That's what I was talking about earlier with injuries. That changes the trajectory of a football game.
Right.
But this game does have consequences because it's top 25 and it's not division, but conference game.
Right.
So, but Dublin, Ireland, Allison, what do you think about Dublin, Ireland for American football?
Why not?
Well, there is obviously money to be made because this Ireland game has been going on now for years.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
decades. I mean, this happened in the 80s. People think it's a
Look-
new thing, but
look at everything we've been sending over to Europe or over there.
right.
They've got the baseball games now. They've got this. They've got the NFL games. They've got wrestling.
Right.
It makes sense. It's an untapped market that, yes, only
Ooh.
looks like it did very well.
I think
Yeah.
so. And people are being picky about some stuff. Like they had to reline the field and it didn't say it lined very well. But, I think about people are going to hate this, but I think about the Savannah Bananas and how I can't think of his name, Jesse Cole, how he talks about doing things for the first time and learning from your experience. And it's not going to go great the first time and you just learn and you go with it.
Mhm.
It ended
Jesse
up
is-
okay, other than
yeah.
a brawl in the parking lot at the end.
Between family members, which
Yes.
it wasn't even between.
Which makes me like him even more.
Oh boy.
Wasn't even between opposing. It wasn't even between fans of opposing teams. No, this is great. The game. I like the concept. I like the fact it has stakes because it is a division or a
Right.
conference game. It's not. And Terry, this is the time I'm going to go ahead and handle business. This is not the UNLV playing Idaho State and
Right.
Idaho State putting 500 plus yards of offense against UNLV's defense.
Yeah.
And the only thing that saved UNLV, honestly, was said defense because Idaho State turned the ball over 5 times. 38-31 when you are a 30.5 point favorite to win the ball game.
Wow.
And are coached by a very good coach. Everybody remembers it. Lloyd Carr, Michigan, got beat by Appalachian State, or it might have been Rich Rod in 2007 or 8. And
07. Yeah.
yeah, it was 07. So anything can happen. Now, the difference between Idaho State and Appalachian State beat Michigan, and Michigan was ranked in the top 25.
Right.
The other thing is Appalachian State had won a couple national championships in their division, so they weren't some slacky team. But Michigan thought they were going to dog walk them, and that did not happen. Not a real auspicious beginning to Rich Rod's tenure. Allison?
Yes.
Rich Rod is in
Rich
Morgantown.
Rod.
He's back in Morgantown.
Oh, is he really?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a name from when I actually followed college football, and yeah.
We're bringing you back in, Allison.
Yeah, I love it. This is good.
You pushed Andrew toward baseball. We're going to bring you into college football.
I'm good. I like that.
Rich Rod and West Virginia go together like peanut butter and jelly. I mean,
100%.
it is absolutely a marriage that's going to work. It's just going to take him a couple seasons.
So did I ever
Rich Rod sounds like a porn star. Allison, you froze again. Did you ever what?
I went to a West Virginia homecoming. Did I ever tell you guys that? A homecoming
I
game?
bet you that was wild as fuck.
There were so many people. I was like, please go away. I can't deal with it.
There's only one thing you do in Morgantown. And by the way, because it is 6 degrees of separation of Nick Saban, do you know what state Nick Saban is from, Allison?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Because according to Rich Rod, Nick Saban barely beat him out for the job there at Alabama. Roll Tide.
Well, I have one thing to thank my practice husband for, and that's taking me to that game. And that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
I can't imagine Morgantown for homecoming, Terry.
It's nuts.
I'm looking something up because I think Rich Rodriguez was announced as Alabama's coach before Saban took it.
No way.
I think he turned it down or something. Anyway, yes, he was. It says he was offered.
Sounds like Alabama made the right decision. 6 national championships, 9 SEC titles. Sorry, Terry, don't rub it in, right?
No, that's fine. That's okay. We got 9 national championships, right? Anyway, let's move.
What about these Auburn people? Yeah, we'll get there.
I will break it down. I'm not prepared today. I have thoughts. That deserves an official statement with P&A top 10 letterhead and everything, but I did not put that together this week. We'll figure that out some other time. Why don't we move on to the other game? We got Stanford and Hawaii, and we weren't going to talk about this because neither one of these teams are anywhere close to ranked. But this game, I don't remember the guy's first name, but Matsuzawa, the field goal kicker for Hawaii, learned how to kick on YouTube.
Yep.
And then came to the United States, and he's Japanese, walk-off field goal to beat Stanford.
Yeah. Now, Hawaii beat Stanford. Even if Stanford is bad, they should not lose to Hawaii.
Right.
And, 109 passing yards, 113 yards rushing. It is not good when you lose to Hawaii. But, they had one bit. Was it Cole Brennan? Do I have that right? Was that the QB from Hawaii?
Yeah,
that was
one of
really,
them, yeah.
really good. And
Well,
I think
Timmy Chang was really good, and he's the coach now. So
yeah, Cole Brennan died though.
Hmm.
Like that guy,
did he?
yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
So anyway,
Bummer. I didn't know that.
That's
pretty
horrible.
sure he just died.
Oh man, we're gonna bring up the same thing when we do the top 10 list later. That sucks.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
So anyway, Hawaii though, good for them, good for the kid, good for the kicker. You know, and they're not going to do anything. But
right.
Stanford, since the days of Harbaugh and his successor David Shaw,
Yeah.
and the time when Andrew Luck, who is now the general manager of Stanford, was quarterback, they have
I was going to
fallen
say, I know
hell-
that name.
Big time. Yeah.
They have fallen the
Yeah.
hell off.
Last year's starting quarterback transferred to Auburn to sit the bench.
Yep.
So that is where Stanford is this year.
Yep.
That's
They have
just-
fallen the
okay.
hell off. And by the way, it's the cardinal, ladies and gentlemen, not the
Right.
cardinals. It is the
Right.
tree, not the bird. Don't say you never learned anything from me on TNA Top 10. Up next, Terry, what do we got?
We're gonna preview next week because, like we said, I think there were 5 total games. Not a whole lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and look at next week. And the first one we're going to talk about Nebraska and Cincinnati, Thursday, August 28th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN in Kansas City, Missouri.
You know who went to
Kansas City,
Cincinnati?
Missouri.
Who went to
Currently,
Cincinnati? Allison
Hey, I
Kelsey.
have knowledge. You got to let me use it. Jason Kelsey went to Cincinnati.
Jason Kelsey.
as did Travis, but
cares?
there's only one Kelsey brother that Allison Faye cares about.
That's correct.
Yeah,
There's my knowledge.
Cincinnati
I'm
right now
Tommy
has maybe-
Tuberville coached them.
They might have 7,500 people coming from Cincinnati to Arrowhead Stadium, the home of Patrick Mahomes, who my quarterback is the greatest cosplay version of Patrick Mahomes. As I got it. I mean, Allison, because we're bringing you into this show.
Yes.
I need a hair rating
Of course.
on the offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson.
Well, mine is 10.
Minus 10.
And that's the lowest I usually try to go. Minus 10.
Minus 10. His hair is pretty atrocious, isn't
Do
it?
I need to start for every game we're previewing? Do I need to start showing the hair of the coaches? So
Well,
we can
I
do
mean, his hair is pretty bad, but I jokingly say that we have another friend whose name is Amy who loves Kentucky. Well, we love Kentucky at Nebraska too because DeKel Shorts is the wide receivers coach. Dane Key, named captain at a team meeting 2 days ago, along with Dylan Raiola. I forget the offensive. I forget all of them who it was. Buford's one of them, but there are 6 captains named. Asked to sign contracts, Terry, to be captain of the Nebraska football team. So an interesting concept, if you ask me. This team last year, it's year 2 of Rule. They went 5-7 first year, and then they went 7-6 last year, and now it's year 3. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's year 3. And year 3 at Temple, he went 10-2. And year 3 at Baylor, following the rape scandal, he went 11-3. He made it to both conference championship games. But guess what he did not do? He did not finish the job, and he did not win either of those conference championships.
I hate guys.
And then he
who-
went to Carolina, and David Tepper's a fucking moron, so he wasn't going to keep him anyway, and he fired him. So Rule is here in year 3. He's got Dana Holgerson, one of the greatest offensive minds available in college football, as his offensive coordinator. He has John Butler as his DC, who has years of experience as a NFL defensive backs coach. He's brought in Terry Bryant for his defensive line. He's got Mike Elko, who Terry knows from the Tennessee days as the special teams coordinator. He has DeKel Shorts at wide receiver. This is a very much upgraded football coaching staff. And when you're listening to what's happening at Nebraska, they're saying all the right things. There's a serious tone to the game this year, much more so than last year. And as you guys have seen, I've sent you the pictures and the scouts and all that sort of stuff. There are some big big bastards playing football for Nebraska this year. 6'5", 275,
Yes, there are.
6'7", 280. And the offensive line averages 304 pounds. So this is like old school. And I say all that to say this. Read the headline. It's time to win. And that's all that matters. You can talk a great game. You can be the CEO. Shut up, Bober. You can talk great game. You can be the CEO. You can motivate people with your wonderful, public speaking and rhetoric and whatever. But you have one job, and that's to win football games. As for this game, Nebraska's going to beat Cincinnati by 5 touchdowns or more.
Woo!
And it is going to be a bloodbath with 65,000 Nebraska fans at Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay. I don't know that I have them by 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, Terry.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3.
We're drinking the Kool-Aid. 5
I'll-
touchdowns.
I'll
What
definitely
flavor is
take
the
a pass.
Kool-Aid?
Michelob Ultra 0-0.
Okay.
Good job.
But no, seriously, I mean, I think this is going to be utter domination. This is the statement. The next 2 are going to be practice tune-up games, and then it's Michigan. And they're not going to let Patrick Mahomes Jr. lose at home.
All right. So I'll say more like 38-10.
Genuinely speaking, it's the first game, so they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
There's going to be jumping off sides. There's going to be a mishandled ball. There's going to probably be an interception or a fumble. But also remember, the Hare said it, Allison, last season, no block, no rock. And he has 8 wide receivers with speed and size that he can play.
Nice.
And 2.5 hours from fucking Lincoln ain't that far to take the whole team.
Yeah. It's gonna be
It's a
fun.
bus ride. So we'll see. Expectations are very high, and it's just time to win.
All right. So that's Thursday night. Then on Friday night, we got Auburn visiting Baylor, and Baylor's being bitches about their logo with Boston University lately. You know, it's
I'm
like
sorry. This is like the dumbest thing to argue about in the entire world.
next thing you know, they're going to be like suing some high schools because
Exactly.
logo. I mean, I get it, and it's not identical. I mean, it's close, but how are you going to do BU letters and it not be close? They're different colors.
Exactly.
I mean, if you look at the University of Houston and the University of Kentucky, they are the same logo with different letters.
Mhm.
Anyway,
That is correct.
so Auburn at Baylor, pretty evenly matched. I think Baylor probably a little bit hot. They're both teams receiving votes in the AP poll. Neither one of them made the top 25. It's at Baylor. That gives them a little advantage. Auburn hasn't proven anything in Hugh Freeze's first 2 years. Auburn has a fairly stacked roster, but they also had that last year. Kind of waiting for them to prove that they're going to be able to do something with the roster they have. Is Jackson Arnold going to be the guy to come in, hold on to the ball, get yardage, and score? Because that's what they have not been able to do. They put big chunks of yardage together, but they kind of fizzled out in the red zone. One thing that's good is last year Auburn's kicker was out with some abdominal issues, like lost a bunch of weight, was
Oh.
really sick, and
Mhm.
he's back and he's gained some strength. So that'll be good because they couldn't even kick a field goal. So they would fizzle out in the red zone and then miss a field goal, and that's not good.
That's bad.
I feel
they-
that, Terry. I feel that because Nebraska special teams cost them 3 games last year.
Yeah, and they had the lead in the fourth quarter 4 times last year and lost. So you would think that if you're able to hold on to the ball a little better on offense and you got a better kicker, that hopefully you can turn those around and you're shooting for more like an 8-4 season. This is going to be a tough test in week 1. They better win this football game if they expect to do something good this year. So I pick Auburn 24-20 because the
I-
defense is solid.
Wow.
I like Terry. I'm going to be negative like I am about Matt Rule. Great motivator, great talker. Obviously a Belichick disciple, but he's not proven jack shit yet.
Mhm.
I will say the same thing about Hugh Freeze.
Right.
And you can say the same thing about Dave Aranda, the Baylor coach, who was the Wisconsin and LSU defensive coordinator. In my opinion, Aranda, far better coordinator than head football coach.
Definitely.
But they won the last 6 to end the season last year. So they went on a run, and that gives Baylor some momentum. I had forgotten the starting quarterback at Auburn is Jackson Arnold. This is why I forgot the starting quarterback at Auburn is Jackson Arnold, Terry. Who's calling first down, second down, and third down at Arnold at Auburn?
I think they're going to raffle off positions for calling first down, second down, and third down. I think that's the story I'm hearing.
Because if you believe the shit you're listening to or hearing online and seeing, they're going to have Freeze call second down, the OC call first down, and somebody else call third down.
Yeah, I think so. I think the offensive line coach or something was calling third down.
Allison,
something like that.
the hair at Nebraska is going to call the plays. I can promise you.
Okay.
Thank God he'll be wearing a hat, right?
Yes, correct. That's
but
one of the situations where a hat is a very good thing.
You may remember though, because we love to educate Allison, and she lets us. She plays along. You may remember that Hugh Freeze is the best play caller in Auburn.
Mhm.
Generally speaking, he's the best play caller on any team he's the coach of.
Right.
And when he was the head coach of Auburn in year 1, what did he not do, Terry?
He didn't call the plays because he spent a lot of time recruiting.
Yeah.
Well, he did in some games, and he didn't in other games. Well, they don't want that, Bober. They don't want me calling any plays. I'll be
Terry's
calling
going to think
triple
Cadillac
option or
Williams
something.
is back.
Yeah, exactly. Just hand it to him up the middle. But I don't know what I was saying. I got distracted by Bober. He does that.
That
Sorry.
Freeze was only calling the plays inconsistently. He called them sometimes.
Yeah, so then
he didn't
last
call them.
year, the thing was he needs to call it. Well, there's this thing. So Hugh Freeze coached at Ole Miss a while ago and had some success. Auburn
It's
and
okay,
Lane,
it's okay to say it, Terry. They beat Alabama in back-to-back years.
They did. But when Hugh Freeze got hired, Auburn and Lane Kiffin had a lot of talks. There was rumors about him coming. So Auburn and Lane Kiffin have a back and forth all the time. There's a lot of tweets about Auburn. He'll retweet and comment because it's Lane Kiffin. That's what he does. Well, Hugh Freeze has hired some of the Ole Miss coaches that he used to have when he was there that Lane Kiffin still had on staff. And one of those is the offensive coordinator. And Lane didn't really love that. And part of the thing was he had in his contract he couldn't get hired somewhere unless he called the plays. So there was a lot of debate there. So I don't know if it's a little gamesmanship for Hugh Freeze to say, yeah, he's calling plays on first down.
Yeah. But there ain't but
Who
one
knows?
person. There ain't but one person at Ole Miss that I trust to call plays. I don't give a shit who the
Right.
offensive coordinator is, and there isn't a person at Ole Miss who should be or at Auburn who should be calling the plays except Hugh Freeze. And this is not new, folks. Tom Osborne, the man who had 3 national championship at Nebraska, guess who his offensive coordinator was? Tom Osborne, and he won 83% of his football games. And had
Well,
some of the highest scoring offenses in history. But Terry, do you think Tom Osborne would ever turn play calling over to somebody else?
Well, it's very similar to Gus Malzahn.
No.
So Gus Malzahn was the head coach at Auburn. He did all of that. And his offensive coordinator was Rhett Lashley. And then he goes off, and now he's a head coach at SMU, and they had success, got to the playoff last year. But he wasn't calling plays when he was offensive coordinator at Auburn. Gus Malzahn was.
Yep.
And that's how Hugh Freeze really needs to be. the defense is supposed to be stacked. So for me to say Baylor's getting 20 points, that's me saying that maybe they're a little rusty to start the year. Baylor will have some luck. If the defense really comes out and is dominant, then that's where I would say Auburn might win by a couple of touchdowns.
Well, and that's what I'm going to say is that Auburn's going to win by 9, and I'm saying it's going to be a defensive play that turns the game.
Yeah.
Because as good as Dave Aranda is as a defensive coordinator, he's coaching Baylor in the Big 12, not Auburn in the SEC. And there is a difference, and that matters.
That's right. So that's next Friday, August 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. So let's move to Saturday. First game, LSU at Clemson, Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Is this Tigers versus Tigers?
It is.
Yeah.
Look at that. I know something else.
You know something else. Where is the game at, Terry, did you say?
This game, let me make sure, because some of these games aren't necessarily at home. This game is, I guess, I'm not seeing anything in particular. It looks like it's at Clemson. Memorial Stadium, Clemson, South Carolina. Yeah.
So it is at Death Valley.
It is.
It is at Death Valley.
Clemson should win this football game. I mean, like you said, we talked a little bit about it earlier. Clemson had some defensive struggles last year, but we don't believe in Kelly. I think enough to win a road game at Clemson. I know I don't. I'll go ahead and pick a score.
90,000 people in Death Valley. Yeah. No.
I think Clemson 31, LSU 20.
I think that the LSU offense with Nussmeier has a chance because we don't know anything about the Clemson defense yet.
That's true.
But that chance is the chance to keep them in the game. I also don't believe in Brian Kelly. And Terry, the one thing that the Mad Hatter had, that Nick Saban had, that Coach O had, was at least a top 25 defense when they won their national championships. Brian Kelly at LSU has failed to produce anything that's going to stop any sort of B-plus offense in the NCAA. If you probably remember the shootout between Alabama and LSU. I mean, it got ugly when Jaden Daniels went down. But I don't believe LSU has enough defense to win this football game. And Clemson, I don't know what the home record is for Dabo Swinney, but I would bet you since 2008 at home, they've lost less than 10 games. And it's Saturday night under the lights, prime time. Clemson by 2 touchdowns. And if you want to score, I'd go 31-17.
All right, we are similar on that. Why don't we jump to Sunday before we jump back to Saturday? Because I want to save the big one for last. But we'll jump ahead to Notre Dame at Miami. Sunday, August 31st, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Allison, before the show, what did you learn this rivalry is called? Uh-oh, she might be frozen. Damn it.
I'm here. I'm back. What's up?
She just
What's the name of the rivalry? This rivalry.
It's the convicts versus the Catholics.
The Catholics. Correct. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And the convicts, believe it or not, at the University of Miami. I know you all find that hard to believe. Terry's favorite football team.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just loves Miami. As much as I.
Yeah, we split a national championship with them one year. I'll keep
2000 and what was that, Terry? 93, 94? What year?
No. That was a Florida State split in 93. 83 is the one.
Oh shit! Just to back up, just a second. Since 2014, Dabo Swinney's record at home is 50-1 with the Clemson Tigers.
That's sick.
They did lose in 2013 to Jimbo Fisher and Florida State and what's his name? Jameis. They lost to
Also,
famous
is that
Jameis.
his real first name?
Yeah. They also have a 31 game consecutive home winning streak.
That's insane.
Yeah. And that's why his home record is his career record is 180 and 47. So again, Dabo Swinney beats Kelly. My point was, Terry, I knew he had some stupid asinine win-loss record at home. Now, as for Notre Dame and Miami, Carson Beck is coming to Miami. And he's apparently on the offseason fits right into the shit show they got down there in South Beach.
Right.
And, this is a Saban disciple head coach in Mario Cristobal, who Cam Ward made look very, very good last year. Cam Ward at Miami was the Reggie Bush at USC, Terry. And I know you love that analogy because you were just waiting for Reggie Bush to accidentally cough one up one day on the comeback so Auburn could win the national
And that's
title.
another split national championship that Auburn.
That's right.
we've hit
dumb,
3
by
of
the
them in the
way.
last 3 minutes.
That's
But
dumb.
the point is Terry, I don't think Carson Beck is as good of a quarterback, game changer, athlete as Cam Ward. And I don't think Notre Dame, they lost their defensive coordinator to the pro football in Al Golden. He's now at the Bengals. But I don't think that Marcus Freeman and the company has lost enough. Notre Dame's going to win this football game.
I think so. And I don't, we talk about having confidence in certain coaches and not having confidence in other coaches. And Cristobal has proven to make really stupid decisions when the game is close late.
And this is a
Cost
game
his football
I can
game.
see being close because Notre Dame graduated some people. Some people left from the national championship team.
Right.
I could see the game being close. But if to your point, if it's Mario Cristobal or Marcus Freeman that I'm going to have to trust at the end of the game, I'm putting my trust in Marcus Freeman.
Right.
The guy that was one play away from beating Ohio State, not once, but twice. So I'm going with Notre Dame.
I'll say Notre Dame 27-20. Fairly close.
Ooh,
okay. I'm going to go, you said 27-20, so I want to go 21-17. Okay. But Notre Dame.
Right.
Because I don't necessarily think it's going to be a high-scoring affair either. Because I don't have faith in Carson Beck, honestly, in a new system with a new coach. But that's a whole nother story. And again, shit show down in Miami.
I did see a Miami fan in the wild while we were in Charlotte. I made claims that I didn't think they existed, but I had my Auburn hat on, and this guy's like, "Oh, look right here," and I'm like, "Really? Okay, didn't know you guys even were a thing." Let's move on. This is the game of the week.
That's like me finding out there's a Miami of Ohio. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Or that Bowling Green University is not in Kentucky, but it's in Ohio. That's another thing.
It's just blame Ohio.
OHIO, Texas, Ohio State. Okay, let me get on my soapbox before we predict, Terry. This is box office, prime time, big game, number 1 versus number 2, because we use the coaches poll around here ever since 97 when the AP poll tried to rob Nebraska of a national championship. But
Texas, we use the New York Times at Auburn. But anyway, keep going.
Texas, Ohio State has no business at 12 o'clock on Saturday. That shit pisses me off
really?
To no end. Yes, because people are busy on Saturday, like me at work, and we should be able to watch this game at 8 o'clock at night. Right. Under the lights.
Okay, I agree with that.
Or I need to go to Lowe's and get something and work on my lawnmower or something like that.
Get the real football program. Like that's football time. Football time is nighttime. It isn't 12 o'clock in the daytime. Now, I believe Ohio State is the home team.
Yeah. I'm pretty consistent. On the right, you're going to have. I don't have the word "at" there, but imagine it's there. Home team's going to
Okay.
be on the right on these all the time.
Well, there we go. You heard it here. When Terry makes a mistake, 1 point on one graphic.
Oh, there
this
will be
season-
mistakes. Trust me. I'm not putting stats though, so
So Julian
Question.
Sayin, I don't know how to say his last name. Sayer.
I think
He's
it's
the
Sayer.
He's the Ohio State quarterback. Transfer 5 stars from Alabama. So it's not like the boy don't know how to play football, but he has never taken a snap of any significance. He's never started a football game. They graduated a ton of defense, and they lost their defensive coordinator to rival Penn State. However, it is Ohio State, and for the record, the team playing the number 1 team in the okay, let me try that again. If you are a starting quarterback in college football for the first time playing the number 1 team in the country, you are 0-18.
Ooh.
0-18. So there's thought process that there are people out there, Terry, speculating that Texas is going to rout Ohio State.
I can't see that.
It is still Ohio State. It is Arch Manning. It is Sark. It is all the weapons they have at wide receiver, running back, etc. Bringing back 5 offensive linemen for Arch Manning to be protected by is a huge deal. But ladies and gentlemen, if there is a program in the United States in college football of 136 teams to pick from, it is the Ohio State.
Mhm.
That being said, I picked Texas to win the national championship. Texas wins this game 28-27 in the big house, or in the horseshoe, excuse me. God, I just insulted them all. All the Ohio State fans be coming for me.
That's fine.
But
They're-
in the horseshoe, Texas wins 28-27.
All right. Well, I'm going against it
Wow.
because I hear all this talk about Arch Manning, and he's also not played a ton at Texas, and we're just handing a lot over to him for no reason. I know he's supposed to be good, but he ain't done it yet. This is Ohio State. They are at home. I pick Ohio State 34-30.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Arch Manning who I think he is?
He is the nephew of Peyton and Eli.
Yeah,
So it's a
Cooper's
no.
son. Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that
And
their dad's
apparently-
name?
Yeah, Cooper was apparently the best athlete of the 3, and he never played pro ball.
Yeah, so Archie is the dad, and he played at Ole Miss and then played for the Saints.
Yep.
Unfortunately, because the Saints have always sucked up until Drew Brees got there.
Yeah, that was when they called him the Aints.
Yeah,
That's when he played for him. They called him the Aints.
and
Oh,
then
that's good.
Peyton ended up going to Tennessee,
Yep.
and then Eli went to Ole Miss. But Cooper's the oldest, and he went to
Right.
Ole Miss as a receiver first, but had a bone disease and had to quit playing.
Yep.
Okay.
And apparently was the best athlete of the 3, and that's where Arch gets it from.
Okay.
But because Terry mentioned it, and this is a Nebraska Auburn show, Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, got his ass whooped in the Fiesta Bowl 42-17 for the national championship.
There you go.
It was sad though that Peyton Manning did all these great things at Tennessee, and then he leaves, and then Tennessee wins a national championship
The next
the
year.
year
Yeah,
after. he
they beat
leaves.
him the year after. But anyway, Arch Manning is supposed to be the showstopper, but Terry's got a point. This is Ohio State, Allison. You've seen it on YouTube. They bring the fucking band out and dot the
Right.
I before the game.
Mhm.
This is that level of football.
Yep.
And don't think for a second there ain't gonna be 100,000 people in Columbus to watch that football.
Oh
game.
God. Every time you guys keep talking about the attendance, my anxiety is like, "Phew."
Oh yeah. I mean, and there will be
It's great.
100,000 people. They must be playing Syracuse.
They are. It's a big orange game. Syracuse and Tennessee. That's right.
Devin
It
says
didn't quite
Tennessee's
make it.
going
Blame
down.
Chat GPT because I did not pick these. Chat GPT did.
thought
Yeah,
it.
and as long as Nebraska and Auburn are on the schedule, that's 2 of the 5 to 7 games we're going to talk about. Terry, I'm excited.
Me
I'm
too, and I
excited.
think this is I gotta pay attention to what slides I put in here. I think the next one moves us on to the next topic. So, any thoughts on football before we move on?
It's back, and that's all that matters.
It is, and here's we talked about it. I don't know how much we've said on the show so far, but we've put the preseason poll out. We wanted that to be done before any games were played. We want everybody to play before we do another poll. And there are games all the way through next Monday. North Carolina plays TCU, I think, Monday Night
It is.
Football.
It is.
So we're going to do the poll on Tuesday after the Monday game.
Yep.
And also next weekend, I believe we're just not going to have a show. Is that what we're saying?
Right.
I think so because my sister's getting married next Sunday night.
So congratulations to her.
Yay.
We've told you guys that sometimes we're going to skip. I will go ahead and tell you this. Cyrus has a soccer tournament in St. Louis, September 12th through the 14th. So we're not going to have a show that weekend either. So we're going to skip a week, have a show, and I think the next week we skip again because of the soccer, and then we'll pick it up again. But we will be putting the poll out. Please vote on it. I will put it out on social media. We just won't be able to talk to it on the show.
And I assure you, there will be snarky observations on the social media about what is or not happening in the football games.
No.
Well, Bober comments on everything. But anyway, let's move
Very
on.
true.
Let's
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
Forbidden Door, AEW. We're going to do this first. Same thing as football. I swapped the order here because this week we've got Forbidden Door. Next week we have a WWE PLE. So let's go ahead and talk about the one this week. And I've got 5 pictures here.
Good.
There's other matches. We don't have to talk about all 48 matches in the AEW pay-per-view and all 172 wrestlers that were involved.
Now I did some research, if y'all remember, because as a producer, I do no research, so this is like momentous. 63 wrestlers were involved, and I might have missed 1 or 2.
Okay.
63 wrestlers. 62 were on the posters, and then I added Jamie Hayter because she came in and wrestled a little.
Okay.
But I didn't add. Oh, I should have added another one. But we'll talk about that.
Also did not get a picture of another one on there. Sorry.
You
about
didn't?
that.
Okay, then
I
I'll
didn't.
talk about it now. The only thing that mattered to me in this whole pay-per-view, Wardlow is back. Thank you very much.
Gross. Gross.
Andrew, this may be a problem for us. You're going to have to get over this.
He's with the Don Callis family, and that is gross.
Who cares?
So let's
Ew.
run down 4 matches that don't have pictures here. We got Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeating Killswitch and Kip Sabian. I
Who
did not
cares?
watch it. Is that a who cares match?
The best thing that happened in that match is that once again the European crowd, 18,000 strong in the O2 Arena, hijacked the song and sang Metalingus. This has become Edge's thing. Is that foreign market's going to sing his song. Wait until they do it in Toronto next month when they wrestle FTR.
All right. So the next match, Kyle Fletcher defeated is it Hiromu Takahashi for the TNT Championship. Is that how you say his first name? I don't know these.
Yeah.
names.
I am dropping
very good.
because I'm currently watching.
He's
What?
going to watch the Forbidden Door now.
Oh.
And
I'll text him
Dad,
when we're done. So he
Dad,
can
there's
come
no
back
number
on.
high enough, Dad. Just
Who
so you
said
know.
that? Was that in our comments?
Yeah, Bober says he's dropping
said
out
that.
right now because he's watching Forbidden Door. So he doesn't
Oh,
want
I
any
see it now.
spoilers.
Okay.
Because you know what happened in England because it was in the O2 Arena. 18,000 people, by the way. I know you wanted to know. But great double finisher to get Cope a spear out of midair. No, that was bullshit. Logically, it makes no sense that you're going to put Kip Sabian on Killswitch's shoulders so that Edge can come off the top rope and hit him. And 57-year-old Edge or whatever proved against Malachi Black or Alistair, or whoever he was at the time, he shouldn't be jumping off of anything because that's how bones get broken.
Also, can we
Also,
start calling
Edge-
him Kill Switch? It's Luchasaurus. Thank you.
Only in AEW could Edge be cleared along with Christian, along with Paige, along with continue to
McIntyre.
match Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Thank you, Sammy Guevara. He took both the Hardys out. Anywho, Terry. I'm sorry. I get
No,
triggered.
that's okay. The next
I get
match, you're
triggered.
going to love this one. Mercedes Moné and
Oh,
her
God.
52 belts defeated
But-
Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone. Is that how you
Persephone.
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 Yeah. Persephone.
It's all right. Now let me tell you something. We make fun of Mercedes and her 9. She has 9 belts now. She had a great entrance. She had 8 of the Kingsguard, I think they're called, dressed in their red outfits, each holding a belt. That was kind of great.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, and I've stole this from Twitter, so it's not mine. She's
Okay.
got 8 belts and only one of, or 9 belts and only one of the 9 anybody knows where it came from, because the other 8 came from Know Nothing Promotions with 137 people in the fucking building. So
I've been to some
no,
of those shows.
I did not come up with that. But yeah, she might as well be the New South champion, as we are fans of that organization here on TNA Top 10. But anyway,
So I watched this match. Bozilla, was it?
mhm.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Bozilla.
Fantastic.
I
Well,
know
yeah.
you texted about Bozilla, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't know what you're talking about.
She
but
comes from
okay.
Stardom. She is outrageously good. I was
Okay.
impressed. She's very tall. She's like
Mhm.
6 foot something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Very impressive.
the one thing I want to point out on this card, and we didn't talk about it at the top, but it's for my joke. And yes, I'm telling you all I have a joke about this. Is there's a lot of multi-man matches on this card. And that's because those folks need a soft place to land when they all go run and jump and do flights over the top rope, you know. So there is nothing softer than 10 AEW wrestlers standing around a wrestling ring. That is until Dax Harwood gets on Twitter. And then you have something softer than those 10 wrestlers standing around waiting for somebody to be jumped on.
Sorry.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And Amy will hear that later. But anyway, Terry was a big fan, knowing that this had 14 matches and 9 of them
Always.
had a minimum of 6 people in them.
The
Absolutely.
entire 0 hour was made of multi-man matches.
Yeah, and I left those off, so we
Yeah,
don't
thank
normally talk
We'd be here
about.
all day. My kid wants to go to bed at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, the next
Exactly.
match, the last one without a picture, Zack
Yep.
Sabre Jr. defeated Nigel McGuinness. Boy, I got to quit just reading without
Just
recognizing things. Nigel
nice.
McGuinness, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, so there are people that thought it was a good match, but there's no way it was a good match. Nigel
was not a good
McGuinness has wrestled a total of 2 matches in 14 years. So there's no way this was a good match.
mm-mm.
And
Not
it was,
at all.
by the way, 11 years too late, because Zack Sabre Jr. is a very good wrestling technician. There's just no cachet about him.
Well, so that was exactly it. They kept saying, "Oh, technical wrestler versus technical wrestler." No, it's technical wrestler versus Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
Okay. He to Andrew's point, he's wrestled how many times in the last 14 years?
Twice because of the hepatitis. And I mean, I'm
Right.
not.
So
Everybody
no.
knows. Yeah.
Yeah. This match was for me the worst match of the night. Just bad. All ways
Mm.
bad. And I felt bad
Yep.
because I was excited to see Zack Sabre Jr. So
Yeah, and the thing about Sabre Jr. is I mean, he's not a Japanese guy with the title right now, but the problem is he's running out of people to wrestle because they all work for AEW now. I mean, that's fact. But anyway, that is about as close to a Forbidden Door match as you're going to get on this card is Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness, and again, they did it in London because that's where Nigel is from. And Sabre Jr., of course, is the New Japan Pro Wrestling champion. And you gave him up, Weaver. Damn it. Bases were loaded. He gave up a run.
Let's move to the next match, and this one does
Keep
have a
going.
picture and new. Oh man, I got them
No.
in the wrong order.
Gave up 2
Okay.
runs.
I had them in the wrong order. So okay, so Okada beats Swerve, AEW Unified Championship.
Meh.
How was this match?
With help. He had help from the Don Callis family because they want to go ahead and continue the storyline.
Right.
And that ruined the match. I mean, because these
Just-
two guys should be able to have a good match, I would think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But there was nothing that was, to me, super special about this match.
We
And
still
I
don't
wanna-
have New Japan Okada. That's all.
Yeah, I want to see Okada as the guy, but
Mhm.
I don't think we're ever going to get our wish, Allison. Uh-oh.
No, we're not. But
Terry's off on the room. But Swerve, they've done well. And I will say this because I know Devin's a big AEW fan. They have done really, really well with Swerve Strickland. I would
Yes.
say that. I think they've done really well with Swerve. I don't know if it's a brain block for Tony, if it's I want to be different than him. But I've said it on this show a million times. We've not seen Japanese Kenny Omega. And what I mean by that is the New
Mhm.
Japan cleaner. We haven't seen that version of Okada yet either. And I think it's time for them to let loose and dial it up. But I don't know what that would take for Tony Khan to understand what fans like you and me who watch New Japan Wrestling until there was no New Japan Wrestling to watch believe in that. So that's all I'm saying.
And at the end of this match, Wardlow came out, and now we know he's with the Don Callis family, which Andrew hates. I
Well,
don't
the
care
Don
who he's
Callis
with.
family
as long as he's back.
is the Don Callis family is just a group of heels. It's Fletcher and it's Takeshita and it's Josh Alexander and now it's Wardlow and of course it's that big goof Lance Archer who used to be great in Japan and now he's
Lance.
just trash. He's horrible. Like he is the biggest jobber in wrestling history. 5'2" Yankees. He got out of the Jam. Okay.
Yeah, all right. I could see that, but I don't know. He uses the
Yeah.
claw. I have a soft spot.
Oh my god, it's a terrible move. And then
Okay.
of course you have the damn Trent. Remember Trent and Rocky are part of the family now. And you have the guy that got hurt, Brian Cage, because he's got all the steroids on board. I'm not a fan of the Don Callis family. It's just a bunch of guys we don't know what to do with, so we put them all together and we have Don Callis, manage them if that's what you want to call
Oh,
it.
wow. Look at that. Heather with some info. Bozilla's dad worked for ECW.
Nice.
Kinda
Nice.
cool.
This show's about to become ECW with a lot of blood and guts and nastiness.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
But
Now
this
I
is
know
definitely setting up a return. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah.
Terry. And maybe we'll get a better match at All Out.
Maybe.
I'll save my intros for when I know the right slide's coming. But the next match was Tony Storm defeating Athena to keep the Women's World Championship.
I have a problem with this, but I'll let Allison go first because it's about the ladies.
I didn't watch it, so I really don't have any comments. The right person won. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Creatively, I don't know that the right person won.
Oh,
But now, apparently Tony Khan has been listening to TNA Top 10, and all of the times that I've said Tony Storm is the face of AEW, or at least one of them, because not in consecutive months, she has beat Mercedes Moné, and now she has beaten Athena. Neither of whom had been beaten prior to that in any significant manner. Well, I guess Mercedes beat Athena in the Owen Hart tournament. But other than that, they don't lose matches is the point. And it's Tony Storm, it's the United Kingdom, and I truly believe she's like the face of AEW, particularly the women's division. I don't know that Hayter coming back makes all that difference, but it's a nice pop for the crowd.
yeah. Good point.
And again, Hayter is from England. So
Yes, she is.
there's that.
they don't know what to do with her. So I feel like every time she comes back, she gets hurt, whatever. They just don't know what to do with her anymore.
She seems like an extra piece and not
Yep.
out front.
You
over
got
and
it.
over. All right. So now, and new tag team champions, Bro Dito.
This was my match of the night. Believe it or not. I thought this was a very good match.
So this is the three-way tag match that was established. And there's a reason for that. And that Shelton and Bobby ain't gonna bump. You gotta have
I was
bumpers.
actually surprised that they lost.
Yeah. Apparently the Hurt Syndicate, based on the response from the audience, is way over in London. Like they were singing along with the song. I mean, they were way over. And then it's interesting to me that they decided to put the tag team titles on, let's face it, a thrown together tag team versus
Definitely.
keeping them on somebody presented as a tag team or somebody who says they are the greatest tag team ever. And again, that's until Dax gets on Twitter where he's soft as marshmallows.
Well, I mean, at least when you put Charlotte and Alexa together, you can build a storyline with that.
Yeah.
I don't see
That's a very
anything
good
coming
point.
from this. I mean, this is just two guys they put
Mhm.
together.
They did try to set up for the next.
Uh-oh. There she goes again.
They tried to set up for the next something.
Sorry.
Maybe the next pay-per-view.
Frozen.
The next what? They set up for the
GOA.
next what?
For GOA and Ricochet, because they came in to kind of beat up the Hurt Syndicate at the end of this.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what they're to try to keep him out of the ring. So I think that's where they're going with that. Meh. I like Brody King. So does Amy. So yay.
Okay, moving on. Hangman defeats
Oh.
MJF, and I know Andrew's a little tired of the same old thing from MJF, but maybe I just don't watch enough, and I want MJF to matter again.
I agree.
My issue, as always, with MJF is at this point it's stale and unoriginal. It's just stale and unoriginal. Even the match, stale and unoriginal. We got the ring, we got the low blow, we got the briefcase. Stale and unoriginal to me is MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. You are a one-trick pony, and as the greatest of all time, J.R. Hearns would say, you need to go learn a new hold. Because what is happening is, I mean, this match, you talk about some contrived bullshit. First it's the cash in, then it's not the cash in, then it's by Hangman can lose the title by disqualification and count out, and it's simply because Tony Khan is incapable of trusting his wrestlers to wrestle a straight up wrestling match and book it as such. Everything has to have Gaga and be a gimmick. Look at Hangman's entire run. The Texas Death Match was not a Texas Death Match. The Texas Death Match was a fucking Black Label Pro or GCW style death match. It wasn't a Texas Death Match. It was a garbage match. The rematch with Moxley, more trash. And now this MJF match where he pulls out all of his old tried and true things. Bullshit. The one thing about it is, Terry, because you're going to get the continuation of this, he did not lose his little contract. Didn't lose it.
Right.
So I do not. I mean, it's interesting to me that this was a clean finish. Buckshot Lariat gets the job done. And I like the whole, they're keeping Hangman from going psycho and hitting him with the ring and all that stuff, because they get him DQ'd, whatever. Not a fan of what they're doing with MJF, though. And there was no reason to pull the trigger on this match with that bullshit build. Too soon. You could have found somebody else. You got You got another 190 freaking wrestlers on the roster to get on this show, so why not?
Speaking of that, let's talk about half of those 190. And let me run it down. Omega, Ibushi, Allen, Tanahashi, who's already wrestled tonight, right?
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
was
Takahashi.
That was
that was
oh my goodness,
Takahashi,
their names
yeah.
are way too close to the same.
Very close.
They defeated Claudio, Moxley, both Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd in a lights out steel cage match. Enlighten me, guys. What is a lights out steel cage match?
It happens
Don't know
after
too
the
much.
show, doesn't count, doesn't matter. And somebody call 911 because clearly Markout Moments is having a call for help saying this was a good show. AEW doesn't do those. So Dave is in trouble. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Somebody down in Mississippi, get off your ass and go check on the Pond Water Man. Because there ain't no fucking way he truly believes that. Somebody
Send
has
FedEx and see to
somebody
to check on
has stolen his truck. They've broken into the pond. They're sitting in his Ric Flair robe right
Broken into
now,
the pond.
Oh my
massaging the title. I mean, because somebody is in trouble.
Look, I'm gonna argue their last pay-per-view, or at least Double or Nothing. I don't know if that was their last one. I thought that was pretty good. This was not even close.
To me, this is garbage. But let's get a Tanahashi hair rating.
Oh, 10. Always a 10. Always. Tanahashi is New Japan's best hair. No question.
So this match is obviously too as part of the angle to get rid of Ospreay. He's got to have surgery. I think that is careless, reckless, and stupid to put somebody who has to have surgery in a cage match, knowing the style he wrestles, knowing how he wrestles. Will Ospreay or Tony Khan, rather, Booker of the Year for letting Will Ospreay, somebody who could be a foundational piece to the future of your company, in this clusterfuck. The Darby Allin stuff, taped to a chair, being the crap beat out of him, having his ear cut open and all that nonsense. Way, way, way too much, way too far out of the realm of suspending your disbelief for professional wrestling. Because once again, attempted murder is a Tony Khan crutch that he has to go to. Because
He's always got
cannot
attempted
book
murder.
wrestling. He cannot book wrestling. Oh yeah, they're gonna light somebody on fire again, Terry.
I did an over-under of how many times they mentioned that Darby climbed Mount Everest. I had to stop at 10 because it was like getting gross.
Oh, he's climbed Mount Everest. And then they do the stupid stunt where the Bucks, because I know they're shitting on the Bucks, but they try to get the tacks or the Legos or whatever, and it's gummy bears. Get the fuck out of here. This is professional wrestling in a 10-man steel cage. What's wrong with y'all?
Speaking of Darby, where is he?
Bloody,
Did the
beaten
picture
up, and
just not-
tape
No,
somewhere.
he's not even in. Yeah, he jumped. Didn't he jump off something? I'm sure he did. Probably hurt somewhere.
He's crumpled up somewhere, fetal position.
I love Heather. She's so technical. They turned out the lights and said when they come back on, it'll be an unsanctioned match, which
Oh.
has been a staple of ECW. Shit, sorry, Paulie. AEW is the unsanctioned match, the Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega match, Mox and Omega. I mean, it's their thing. It's also a garbage move. It's lazy, and Tony Khan still sucks. So, anyway.
All right, so that was Forbidden Door. That was this weekend. Let's look at next weekend. Clash in Paris, August 31st.
I love the poster.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
it is fantastic.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at all of these now.
And unless there's been more information, there's only 4 matches that have been announced.
Yeah, I think
wouldn't be
they're pushing it up to. They said rumor was they were going to try to push it to 7. Obviously, you don't have a women's match on here yet, but that will change.
Yeah. Oh look, Sheamus and what's his name, Miro again.
Speaking of who
Rusev.
gives a flying fuck, and I mean, I know that I'm a WWF guy or WWE guy, but this is ridiculous. I
Yeah.
do not care about Miro and Sheamus. Not at all. Now they're going to beat the crap out of each
They're
other.
not storyline guys.
Is this like match 10 or something. Like, how many are we up to that they've fought each other? Like, we're at a point where it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're definitely flirting with ridiculous. It's like Henry. It's like Henry. Damn, Andrew. It's like Peter Griffin and the chicken.
I think Heather's answering the "Where's Darby Allin" question. She said he's in a body bag that he has. That's probably correct, Heather.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
very true. So that's trash as well. You bring a body bag. And look, Darby was supposed to get lit on fire last year by my man Jack Perry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where is he?
Yeah.
Well,
Where
that's
is
a
he?
good question too. What happened to him?
Yeah, there's
Maybe
only-
Sheamus can kick his fucking head off. And at least he'll have more people watch him get jobbed out to Sheamus than he ever did wrestling in AEW.
Correct.
I can't help myself. But the Miro Sheamus match, this is for the sickos in France, to use an AEW term, because these guys are going to beat the ever living shit out of each other, and the foreign crowds love that crap. I mean, they just absolutely love it. So anyway, whatever, it'll be what it'll be. Probably taking Rusev in that one, but I guess we can. Well, we're not gonna have a show next week. I'm taking Rusev in that.
Right? Yeah. I mean, even if we had a show next week, it wouldn't be in time to predict. But anyway, I'll
Go
take
ahead.
Sheamus just for the hell.
I'm
of it.
taking Sheamus too.
And I don't care one lick about who wins this match anyway. But
No, it doesn't bother me. But I'm going with Rusev because at some point he has to quit being the jobber that just returned from AEW after being on TV playing a gamer and then just going away for 18 months.
Okay, now we got Cena and Logan Paul for just a storyline here. I mean, does Cena win this?
Yes, this is to trot Cena out in front of the foreign crowd. I'm going Cena wins this.
If he loses to Logan Paul, we riot. Okay.
I mean, he's got to win this. I just don't know. At this point, since he lost the belt, I'm like, what's the point of him being here at all?
Do we think this is a real match? Do we think this is going to happen? I think this
Or
is
do you
there's
think R-Truth is-
shenanigans. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there's going to be shenanigans, and if there's anywhere in this show to be shenanigans, that's the match.
Well, I don't know because R-Truth said the other night that he accidentally went to Dublin, Georgia.
Right.
So, do you think he can actually make it to Paris?
Yeah, that's true. He'll end up in
Put him, you know.
he'll end up in Paris. Logan is better.
Seriously, somebody check on Dave. I
Yeah.
mean, we know John Cena is old and he's a little slower in the ring, but as
I'll be
good
honest, John
Logan
Cena
is,
sucks worse than he did 10 years ago, but I think it's just age.
right, but I don't in any way, shape, or form want to see Logan Paul win this.
I
Makes
like
no
Logan
sense.
Paul.
But it doesn't make sense
I
to
do
have him
too.
win over John
But
Cena.
I just don't know what are we between right now and the end of the year where John
Mhm.
Cena said he was going to be here till like December or whatever.
Yep, December 13th.
What is the entire point of John Cena for the next 4 months? I
It's
just
a great question, Terry, because he's got 10 appearances scheduled, and that's it.
Make him and R-Truth a tag team. Done.
He's down to his final 10.
yeah. I don't know.
I'd pay to see
I
that.
saw that on the X machine, so you know it's true.
Have him start pulling a Grande Americano, where they announce John
I drank
Cena
a few of
and
those this weekend.
R-Truth comes out.
Yeah, that is perfect, by the way they do Ludwig. But anyway,
Oh, it's great. I agree.
so good. So good. Now, Terry,
Okay.
let's move to the bottom right. The Tribal
Alrighty.
Chief, that's number 1. Taking on the Thief, the Tribal Thief. That's number 0, Bronson Reed. This is the biggest match Bronson Reed will ever be in. He is sharing the ring with the Tribal Chief, wrestling royalty, the guy who got us through COVID, Roman Reigns, 1,342 days as your Universal Champion, and former advisee of the wise man, Paul Heyman.
Does this turn into a mess? Does this match turn into a mess?
Oh, it's going to be a clusterfuck
Oh,
with Roman
yeah.
and a runaway.
I mean, I
Roman and
just
a
can't
runaway.
see. I mean, I can't see a match between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. No disrespect to Bronson Reed being a big time match on a pay-per-view that doesn't have others involved.
Yeah, there's no way you don't see Braun Breaker or Paul Heyman in this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be big for Bronson, but Roman wins because they're going to want to see the crowd
Right.
react and throw the one and everything else when Roman does pull it off.
Do we see any surprises from this match? I mean, does somebody
Oh.
come out to help Roman that we don't
Yes,
expect?
on both. Oh, I was gonna say yes on both sides, but that we don't expect.
I mean, what I'm just sitting here in my head. It's like, okay, Roman Reigns against Bronson Reed. There's going to be a reason this is happening.
Yeah, because he stole Roman's Jordans.
Okay, I mean, I know that got us here, but what's the ultimate reason they even?
Well, I mean, obviously their
want-
Paul Heyman thing too, but he stole the Tribal Chief Jordans.
That's so
This
lame.
is serious
It's the
business.
dumbest thing. Seeing him come out with those shoes around his neck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love it. Shuafala. I'm for it, Dave. I am for it. He might be back. He might not be kidnapped, but I am for it. The
That says
Shuafala.
Brock.
Oh, Lesnar. He'll show up for Logan Paul for
That'd
sure.
be interesting.
That's what I
Well, you-
mean. At some point.
You don't think the damn Paris crowd would go freaking berserk to see Brock Lesnar? Good.
Oh my
Lord.
God, yes. And that's gonna be the best part about this. It's
I
gonna be
can't.
the
I
crowd.
can't wait for them to announce how much money they made too. This is the largest
The
indoor
largest gate.
arena show ever for our gate. Until WrestleMania, where they $70,000. What did you
Oh,
have
yeah.
there, Allison? The main event is Jesus Christ versus the Undertaker.
It better be Jesus. Yeah. So front row is $70,000 for WrestleMania. So
Lord.
I better be seeing Jesus Christ versus the Undertaker.
Versus the Undertaker, and not no bullshit Undertaker. We need prime
No,
time Undertaker.
correct. Jesus
Anyway.
better
The
have
Underfaker.
done some of his resurrecting of Undertaker when he was good.
Yeah, I'm going with the Tribal Chief. I'm going with
Same.
an angle.
Yeah,
I'm
gotta
going with the schmaz. November isn't that far away, so we're going to be getting toward War Games, and I'm sure they're going to force the bloodline into it somehow.
I expect some surprise that might not be a big surprise, but they're going to do something with this, with somebody running out that maybe we don't expect to run out for Roman. I don't know. Or somebody turning or something like this. I just don't. I mean, I know it's Clash in Paris, so it's not like WrestleMania, but I just don't see why you have some of these matches unless you have some actual plan. Maybe that's just me.
Agreed.
The other match we know of, we've got CM Punk with his smirk up top there, Jay Uso, Seth friggin' Rollins, and LA Knight in a four-way. Because everybody's
all
got to
for
have
it.
a four-way match.
Yep.
Um,
I mean,
Good.
Seth walks
Oh,
away
yeah.
with the belt here. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These are basically glorified, fancy, expensive, paid for house shows.
yeah.
I don't see where you create a different title holder over there. And also, the only one that has a real good story with Seth right now to me is obviously Punk. I think they're reaching that Austin Rock, Flair Steamboat, Taker, Triple H, or Triple H, Shawn Michaels sort of thing, where it really doesn't matter that they've wrestled a billion times. People will still watch it because they get the best out of each other. That's where I was going with the analogy.
Mhm.
And I don't think anybody wants to see Seth Rollins lose in a four-way. So
I don't
at
think
least
so.
I don't. As a wrestling fan, I don't want to see it. So for me, I would be much happier with it being one-on-one when Punk wins the title and all that. But that's a story they probably run all the way to WrestleMania in some way.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think so. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going Rollins. Division.
Me too. And
Division.
that's what we know about Clash in Paris. I'm sure others, especially women's matches, will be added.
Well, with Naomi being pregnant, and congratulations to Big Jim
Yes.
for doing the job finally. Nice work, sir. he finally put Naomi over. But anyway, yeah, so she's vacated the title due to pregnancy, and yeah, I call him Saudi Phil Heather because CM Punk had such horrendous comments about the Saudi Arabia deal, but sure as shit had no problem showing up in the main event against John Cena. Anywho, good for like I said, good for both of them. She always wanted to be a mom, just didn't think she'd be able to do it without help. So good for her. Just happened at a bad time. So anyway.
And that's wrestling for this week. And let's move on to the main event, the top 10 college football nicknames. And we've got our buddy here,
Look at
Touchdown Andy.
Yeah, look at that beautiful motherfucker right there. The beard is immaculate, Terry. The hair is fantastic. You're old school with the N on the helmet.
Got that
Number
stiff arm
15.
out there.
Number 15 for the greatest quarterback in Nebraska history, Touchdown Tommy, 33-3, two-time national champion, robbed of a Heisman. Damn Eddie George in Ohio State. But yes, look at my likeness here is amazing.
fantastic.
It does well. Now, I do cuss at it sometimes. Because AI is a son of a bitch. I will say this. This was a difficult list of options to put in there. Bober called me out on Cordell Stewart's name, Slash, and he was correct. I did catch some of those, and I was really specific with ChatGPT. I want nicknames they had in college, and some of them slipped through. And I was actually pitting different AI models against each other to make sure they agreed on stuff. But sometimes they slip through. So sorry about that.
Jerry, did you say Cordell Stewart?
I did.
Yeah, he was a quarterback for Colorado that got his ass kicked by your two-time national champions, Nebraska Cornhuskers, led by who? That's right, Touchdown Tommy.
Touchdown Tommy.
All right. So before
If
we get
Touchdown
there,
Tommy's not number one, I'm gonna have a fit.
we're gonna have some fun. Anyway,
Oh boy.
here's who just missed the list. We've got Booby Anthony Dixon from Mississippi State, Cadillac Williams, a running back from Auburn, the law firm Ben Jarvis Green Ellis from Ole Miss. That's one of
Sorry,
my
that's
favorites.
really good.
Yeah.
That's really funny. It was, yeah.
And Megatron, that's Calvin Johnson.
I don't know how
who was
Calvin
a great
Johnson
receiver from Georgia
Yeah.
Tech.
He was so good, and he was Megatron at the Lions too. Like that's what they called him. So
Yeah,
did he
and
play
it's weird
for?
to me, Georgia Tech, and it's weird to me because Georgia Tech back then ran the ball all the time,
Mhm.
and then you got this superstar wide receiver comes out of there. I don't know how that works.
And marquee big name wide receiver who was clutch for a
Yeah.
very long time. His problem was he played for the Detroit Lions.
Yes. Let's move on to the top 10. Number 10, famous Jameis. Jameis Winston led Florida State to the 2013 national championship win over Auburn and won the Heisman.
We can say, Terry, if it makes you feel better, the Florida State defense ensured that the Florida State Seminoles would win the national championship in 2013. You don't have to give Jameis all the credit.
Well, I don't know that the defense did it because the story is like, well, Auburn just scored too quickly and gave Jameis too much time.
I thought he was crab legs. That's funny, Dave. Yeah, that is funny. He did steal crab legs now.
He did
And then he
from the
got
Publix.
The best part was he got suspended
Oh my
and
God.
he still suits up and he goes and stands behind Jimbo Fisher. That picture is fantastic of him standing behind Jimbo.
And to his credit, he is from the state of Alabama. And, his biggest moment was against an state of Alabama team. So
Yeah.
good for him. Good for him. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Number 9.
thanks to the kick, Terry. It was Auburn instead of Alabama. The field goal and the run.
Yeah, there that was a magical year. That's all we'll say.
Yeah.
Number 9, Sweetness, Walter Payton
Oh,
from
Walter
Jackson
Payton.
State. You didn't think we would go to Jackson State on this list, did you? We did. Walter Payton.
Yeah,
Love
Sweetness
Walter Payton.
himself. He did not score in the Super Bowl that the Bears went to.
Mm.
But he certainly carried the Bears offense in 1985.
Right.
Another guy with a nickname that played on the Bears is the one who scored in the Super Bowl.
Who is that?
The Fridge.
Oh,
I didn't want to give it away, but yeah, the Fridge. He played at Clemson. And obviously here is Jackson State. But yeah, Walter Payton, you're hard pressed to find a better running back with the moves.
number 8, the refrigerator,
This
Yeah.
was a
William
good-
Perry from Clemson, the guy that he was just talking about.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8.
So
It's
this is
it's a
good
great
for me
nickname.
to know. I didn't know this was a college nickname, so I think that's great.
Yeah, because obviously people saw him at WrestleMania 2 in the Battle Royal and whatever, but and saw Walter Payton at SummerSlam 94 with Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental title in Chicago at the Rosemont. Because this is still kind of a wrestling thing. But yeah, good nicknames. Sweetness in the Fridge.
Number 7, the Minister of Defense. And look how thin he looks right here.
Such a good
And
name.
fierce. Reggie White,
Reggie
University
White,
of
yeah.
Tennessee.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, Reggie White was a badass pass
Yeah.
rusher.
I love the face masks that we're seeing in some of these.
The old face mask before the visors and the upgrades and the helmets with the different cushions and all. Yeah.
Well, this
Those
is not the
old
best
school.
one. We got a really good face mask coming up pretty soon.
Oh, it must be
Oh,
Ditka. But go ahead.
Number 6, Juice, and this is what I'm talking about. Look at that
Oh.
face mask. O.J. Simpson,
Wow.
Yeah.
USC.
And OJ is a great nickname, despite the fact the guy's a murderer. He was a hell of a football player.
I did not take that into account in my voting because lots
Great
of these guys
nickname.
are some form of criminals. But
Yeah, the Juice is a great nickname.
Juice was fantastic. Absolutely. And I actually knew this one came from college.
Yeah, USC.
Good stuff. But yeah,
Number
look at that
5,
helmet.
the hefty lefty, Kentucky quarterback, Jared Lorenzen.
Okay, I don't know this one.
I
but
think
that's-
I voted him number 1 on.
I was going to say, I did not even vote for this guy, and he made the top 5.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Great name. All right.
And
Oh,
he's
wait.
passed. Like when you said earlier that somebody had passed. Oh, Devin, he was my number
That's
1
the-
too, Devin. Yeah.
That helped.
But he passed at the age of 38.
Oh
Unfortunately.
wow. That's sad.
Yeah. He had a short NFL career, then he played arena football and really just gained even more weight while he was playing arena football.
Mm.
Sadness.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's not good. About like this Devin Williams pitching. Go ahead, Terry. with
Number 4, the bus, Jerome
Ah,
Bettis,
Jerome Bettis.
Notre Dame.
Yep, Notre
So
Dame, and then he
Another
played
one
for
I didn't
Pittsburgh.
know. I didn't know this came from college.
I tried
Right.
very hard to make sure. Now, like I
That's-
said, Slash
again,
made it through, but yeah.
Fantastic. But Jerome, so the practice husband was a Steelers fan.
Mhm.
So we watched a lot of Jerome Bettis, and I
Okay.
really, between him and Troy, I don't know which one I liked better.
Yeah, based
Troy's
on
hair-
when you were.
Troy's hair
yeah.
is great.
Yeah, based on when you guys were buried, you were watching the Steelers at the right time.
I was.
Was Cordell Stewart the quarterback of the Steelers at
Yeah.
that point? Okay.
It could have been Cordell Stewart or Big Ben because
was
Yeah.
both.
Buck retired.
It was both.
Buck retired in Detroit in 2006 after they won the Super Bowl, and
Lex
they
was
beat the
born
Seahawks that year,
2007.
coached by Mike Holmgren.
Yeah.
Right.
This-
Number
this guy's
3, Honey Badger,
That's just wrong.
Yep,
Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann
LSU.
Mathieu. Yeah, he was a big part of that championship. Big part. But yeah, the Honey Badger obviously played fearless and Was he a safety or cornerback, Terry? I know he was a D-back.
I think he's a safety.
Yeah, because he was their last outlet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a safety. Yeah, he was the dude was fierce out on the field. And now he's got like 6 kids or something. He needs a better television at home. But anyway, yeah, he got like 6 kids or something. But
Okay, I apparently have to explain something because people have not heard this before. I call my ex-husband my practice husband, and it was a practice marriage because
I thought that was a common thing. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the first person I've heard say
shit, Volpe's in. What in the
Oh
world?
no.
Happening? Okay. Anyway,
Well,
sorry about that.
The Boz was an option.
Yeah.
Boz- yeah.
No,
And
the
if you're
Boz
not
was
part-
definitely an option.
If you're not part of our pre-voting and you'd like to be, let Terry know.
Let us know. That's right.
Yep, exactly.
When
I
we
need
have a
to put
large
that
list like
we
this,
need your help picture on the
yeah, we
slide.
when we have a large list like this, we have to kind of narrow down even just the choices to vote from. So that's what our
Yeah.
little group does.
Yeah, but Honey Badger is a great nickname.
Yes.
It is.
Great nickname.
Y'all get ready. This is about to get really good. Number 2, touchdown Tommy. University of Nebraska, Tommy Frazier.
Son of a bitch. Look at that stiff arm.
Almost.
This could be part of the run. In case nobody's ever heard me tell this story, it's real short to the point. Tommy Frazier did not have a Heisman moment in 1995 until the national championship game. And he didn't have a Heisman moment in 1995 till the national championship game because the 1995 Cornhuskers average margin of victory was 38 points.
Oh,
And they beat 4 top 10 teams very handily. Florida in this game, 62-24 for the national championship. It was 35-10 at halftime. So Tommy Frazier against Eddie George did not have the Heisman moment. But the Heisman moment that may be this picture, I don't know that it is or not, is something called the run. And what it was a touchdown from Frazier in the national championship game where all 11 Florida defenders touched him and could not bring him down. And he scored. Touchdown Tommy.
Number 2.
The dude was incredible though. Like I said, Nebraska was 33-3 with him at the quarterback position.
he's a big boy too.
He is.
Allison, he wasn't a quarterback. This bitch was an I-back that could hold on to the ball and throw it just well enough.
Well, I didn't learn whatever you just said, so
But that's what worked at Nebraska.
Yep.
Because that is very much the style of offense that Nebraska has run.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that thought it was boring, but I mean, I love the run game. And when you put 5 300-pound linemen in front of people like Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips, Joe Makovica, Amon Green, Corey Schlesinger, whoever else it is, there's a reason Nebraska's offense has averaged 300 and 400 yards rushing. They didn't throw the ball. Just left, right, up the middle. Fuck it. Let's go.
You didn't say Mike Rozier.
No. Mike Rozier was 1983, Terry. He was part of the scoring explosion, along with Roger Craig, Turner Gill, and I always forget the other guy, but he played for San Francisco too. It was Roger Craig, Turner Gill, Mike Rozier, and it's going to bother me, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
All right. So as bad as it was for touchdown Tommy to be number 2, get ready because number 1 is primetime Deion Sanders.
God.
But it's a great name.
It is a great name.
And he also has Neon Deion, but primetime stuck.
Irvin Fryer.
Oh, that was your name.
It was also an option on the list.
Yeah. Irvin Fryer, Mike Rozier.
Deion was just, I mean, this picture is perfect.
Devin Williams didn't allow a run. I'm in a better mood now. Primetime, I mean, Yeah, it's hard to argue. It is hard to argue with primetime. And the best part about primetime is he gave himself his nickname. Like,
No.
oh yeah, he called himself primetime, and I believe doesn't he talk in the third person, Terry? Or am I imagining that?
At one point he did,
At
and I
one
will
point
say
he did.
this, the Braves are trying to get away from it, but the chop did not exist in Atlanta until Dion showed up because he brought it from
Oh.
Florida State.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah. So
When he
yeah,
when he came to the Braves from the
Mhm.
Yankees.
yeah. Yeah, so Dion, yeah, primetime, but he would talk about himself in the third person. Like Adrian Fiala, the voice of Nebraska Cornhuskers, is who gave Tommy Frazier the nickname Touchdown Tommy. And it was because he constantly yelled touchdown Tommy Frazier. And so it just became Touchdown Tommy. Primetime, I'm almost certain gave himself a fucking nickname. I am almost
Have you
certain.
ever heard this man talk? Of course he did. Let me run it down. Number 10, Famous Jameis. Number 9, Sweetness. Number 8, The Refrigerator. Number 7, Minister of Defense. Number 6, The Juice. Number 5, The Hefty Lefty. Number 4, The Bus. Number 3, The Honey Badger. Number 2, Touchdown Tommy. And number 1, Primetime Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Great list.
Great,
stuff.
great college names. And I will say this too, because Terry brought this up and didn't realize he did it. College, Tommy Frazier, not an NFL player. Lawrence Phillips, because he couldn't stay out of his own way, not a player. Mike Rozier, horrible NFL player. Now they did have, of course, Roger Craig and Irvin Fryer, but not good. Nebraska has a very, very, for their run, had a very talented people that went to the NFL. They were a lot of busts in the NFL, only proving again how difficult it is to play a professional sport.
And it is a different game. I mean, even now, some of the college stuff has found its way into the NFL now compared to
Yeah.
back then. But we talked about it earlier with Jameis Winston. He went up against Nick Marshall at Auburn, who ended up going to the Canadian League as a defensive back
Yep.
instead of a quarterback.
Eric Crouch won every offensive award in 2001, including the Heisman Trophy, the Walter Camp, the Davey Award, all of that. Ends up going to the NFL as a tight end. Scott Frost, former Nebraska coach and the last quarterback to win the national championship in Nebraska, was a safety in the NFL.
Mm.
He didn't say hike one time, Terry, in the NFL. He was a safety.
Charlie Ward won the Heisman and went to the NBA.
Yep. Yeah, Nebraska sacked his ass about 7 times too. Damn referees gave him the game. Bunch of cheaters. Should have been 4 out of 5. Anyway, Touchdown Tommy got robbed in that one.
All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Great list. Thanks everybody for voting.
Yes,
That was a
awesome
fun one.
list. The Touchdown Tommy, like the Heisman, finished second. I feel like this is bullshit. And a rib.
So let's talk talking wrestling this week, according to Dave. Thank you for the info as always. They're going to bring, correct me if I'm wrong, mark out moments, SWA Deep South champion Hunter Rhodes, and they are going to recap Forbidden Door.
Maybe Dave can explain on the show, because he clearly was not kidnapped, why he thought it was such a great pay-per-view. I will be looking forward to
I'm going to
hearing
be listening. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm not going to make any promises because you guys know that when I say I'm going to do something this week, that may mean it's 3 weeks from now. But at some point, we will figure out the technology and we will be streaming on Markout Moments.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Didn't quite happen tonight. Dave and I were on the
Good
phone
try.
earlier trying to figure it out. And I've got too many Gmail accounts. That I think is the problem.
That could be it.
All right. So next week, I believe we are going to skip next week's show I will put the poll out for football. We'll put that on social media. I'll put the preseason poll on social media, and then when we vote again after week 1 is over, I'll put that poll on social media, and then we'll get going on more of a routine after that. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks with our next show, and I promise we'll have a top 10 list figured out by then.
Yes, we will have a top 10 list. You guys will be excited for it. We'll be really excited for it. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
George just spoiled it for me because my
Oh,
TV
no.
is behind. That's all right. Thank
It's
you,
a good.
George.
It's a good kind of spoiling.
It's a good spoil. Thank God they finally have stopped the hemorrhaging in New York. I will say this, Terry, because we are not sexist here, and our friend Allison used to play volleyball. Nebraska volleyball, number 1
Oh,
in the
yeah.
country, beat Stanford today. I guess they were number 6, not 5. Beat them in 3 sets and beat them like they owed him money. And then they took down number 3 Pitt yesterday or the day before. 25,000 in attendance for both of those games. This is volleyball.
Insane.
Volleyball, but it's also volleyball at like the highest level, because
Right.
as I told
We
you,
may
all
have
in
to
the
make a
text
trip.
message,
Andrew, we may have to make a trip to go watch one of those games.
to Omaha, because
Yeah.
as I told you both in a text message, 5 of the top 25 volleyball players in the country are on the Nebraska starting
Amazing.
volleyball team. So it'll be exciting. Yes, the other day though, I felt bad for this girl from Pitt, and this is as much for Bober as anything. Oh, we should have told him to come back. Our 2-time All-American killed from the back line and hit the girl in the face with the volleyball at about 196 miles an hour. And she immediately went, her name's Harper Murray. She immediately goes under the net because, of course, it was a point, and goes and checks on the girl. But she caught her flush right in the face with the damn volleyball. Like she had no chance at defending herself. It was just boom, and it was there.
Oh.
Like a damn missile. So I'm excited for football and volleyball again, because Nebraska, you might as well give us the natty in volleyball, and we're coming for the playoffs, as I predicted last week in football.
All right, football is back, and we got one big show, and we made it several minutes to spare, under 2 hours. I'm very impressed. That will be more and more difficult as the season continues and we know more. But we're going to get Allison knowing some stuff about college football this season.
Yeah, her favorite football player came from Cincinnati, and his team's about to get dog walked.
And that's probably the only time I've said this to her, the only time all season we're going to talk about Cincinnati.
It's all right. I'll take it. It's
So
fine.
get used to it.
That's good. I'll find other Sam Hartmans and
Oh, God.
hair.
Did you see how she pulled that name out, though, Terry? She knew exactly who it
Oh,
is.
See, yeah, I know a little bit about. I know football. College football is just. I went to a school where we were the engineers. For God's sake, college football was not our thing.
Well, you're
But
the
I
one
will
that's always
say-
told us you don't know anything. So anyway, go ahead,
Yeah,
Terry.
well,
I will say this, Devin. If Syracuse pulls it off against Tennessee, we will recap that game when we come back,
Yes.
there you go.
even if it is a week late.
Yes. Even if it is a week late, we are going to, because, Tennessee doesn't have Amaliba no more. That's at UCLA now.
Right.
He thought he was going to negotiate, Terry, threatened to leave. And they said, well, there's the door, Not like my favorite Coach O story, because Dave is still here from LSU. Wins the national championship in 19. They sign him. Don't win. AD brings him in, says, Coach, it's not good. He said, okay, no problem. What door do you want me to use and what time you want me to leave? Oh, it's so
My
good.
favorite thing about Coach O, he was doing some kind of interview in like an indoor facility, and he's up on a podium and getting questions asked. And there's some players doing something behind him, and they're being loud. And he goes, "Hold on a second. Hey guys, I'm trying to do an interview over here. Shut up." And then he had to do that twice. That was so good. And you could tell it is a labor to get those words out for this guy because those words are stuck deep in his chest and he's really got to push them out.
Well, and the best part was when they were winning all the games in 19, he had the easiest one to go Tigers. He knew that one, Terry. He had that one right.
Oh man. So
Yeah.
football is back and we are back and
We
we
are
will be
back.
out next week and back in 2 weeks. Thanks everybody for joining in and thanks for voting and any ideas you have, or if you want to get, like Allison said, if you want to get involved in this preliminary choosing of the options, let me know and we'll add you to the list. I'll send an email out and all that sort of thing, and that's how we do it. But if there's nothing else, and we are coming in with 5 minutes to spare. As always, love your people. Tell them you love them. Make it weird. See you next time, everybody.